Welcome. My name is Skip Ronkel. I'm the founder of Mobeliz. I want to take just a couple of minutes to give you a quick overview of our content templates functionality that basically utilizes generative AI. It's one of the few places within the application where I've actually designed the use of generative AI. I think it's the area that's the most pragmatic. It's the area that you will actually benefit from the most. So let's take a look at that. So you're basically looking at the application, the Mobeliz Seller Intelligence Platform. We're going to be talking about briefings a little bit. So this is the end user's version of briefings, where they can select the competitors that they want to generate a briefing for. They can also send out briefings to customers. Those can be product briefings. Those can be of different types, competitive, product, or executive. And so in order to set those things up, what you want to do is come to Getting Started, go to Content and Templates. And this is really the hub, if you will, for all of the different types of communications that we send out. Everything from emails, direct emails, to bulk emails, to email newsletters. And so if you've ever used ChatGPT or Claude or any of the frontier models, you know that the key to getting really good outcomes is the way in which you craft your system prompt. And so what I've done is to really design those system prompts to be embedded and then giving you toggles that you can specify so that you really don't have to think about writing the prompt. And so let's just take a look at a few of them. So we were just looking at briefings a moment ago. And so you can see here at the bottom that I've chosen two competitors. So this is actually the system that I use. Maybe ask your competitors to show them the system they use, or my competitors the systems they use. So here I can add Act Software, I can add Zoho. These are two market segments that I would like to displace. So if you're a user of Zoho or Act, I'd love for you to try Mobeliz. And so when we generate a briefing, what we're going to do is provide you the option to incorporate market moves and news of that competitor, executive updates in case the CEO's left, let's say, or they've got a new VP of sales, sentiment analysis. So this is about how the customer sentiment towards those products are, and then pricing and promotion changes. This is all based on public data. So the system prompt will go out and look at public data for each of these categories of information and then incorporate those into a briefing format. So in this case, it could be an executive summary, a detailed analysis, or bullet points. And now your salesperson or yourself has this briefing, this competitive briefing, that they can review prior to going out and speaking with a customer about how you differentiate from that competitor. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect is that we have proposals. So once you create a quote, you can generate a proposal. And so rather than just send over a blank quote, we want to incorporate a value summary. So these are the key benefits and outcomes of using our product, partnership commitment, so why partner with us, an investment overview. So this is really the details about the quote and the products, and then next steps. So, let's have a call next Wednesday to discuss this, or what have you. At the bottom, you see the format and the tone. So historically, or today, without a system that predefines this for you, you would have to prompt the engine to incorporate these types of prompts. And so it's not that it's something you can't do, but what I'm doing is providing it inside the application that you're more than likely managing your customer relationships through. And so these briefing formats can be professional, they can be concise, they can be detailed. Include quote details, include product details, incorporate a closing statement. So those are kind of the proposal settings. And a proposal is something that's generated once you create a quote. The briefing prompts, so earlier I showed you that you could have executive, competitive, and product. At the moment, I don't have anything here, but when you receive the product or you subscribe to the product, we would have a default prompt here for you to consider, and you could use that or you could modify it. Next best action. So next best actions show up in the application. Let me just show that to you briefly as a widget. And we've designed this for mobile. And so basically it gives you a sales briefing of things to do inside in order to manage your territory. And so and so if you can see, for example, leads to convert, I can place a call. So if I'm integrated with my voice over IP or my phone system, I can place a call directly from my computer, or I can obtain the number and just paste it into my mobile phone, for example. It's designed for mobile. I can send a message. Now, when I send a message, it's going to invoke this next best action template. So let's go back and look at that. So again, I go down to setups, I go to getting started, content templates, I go to next best actions. And now you can see that I have leads to convert. So this is an executive briefing. It's an executive briefing type, subject line, system prompt, tone, creativity, format, sections to incorporate. I can send a test so that I have a sense of what it's going to look like before I actually save and automate that. And the reason I want to do that is because I can do this one-off, as you noticed a moment ago, or I can have the system send in bulk to all of the records that are leads in my system, or all of the opportunities at risk, so the people that are on the contact record, all the quotes that are waiting response, et cetera, et cetera. Campaign templates. So we support drip email marketing campaigns. And so here you can see there's a series of templates. They all have, I use this, so there's some prompts already in here, but you could also have the AI generate a prompt for you. And so once you create these templates, you can then associate these templates to your campaign. And so you can say, I want to run October campaign. I'm going to use email one, which is, promotions in October is the subject matter. And so you would associate those two, associate context to it, hit the button, and then it would activate and it would send emails based on the schedule that you want to all of those contacts. Newsletters. So if you've been following me or if you're on my mailing list, you've likely received a newsletter. And so I can create these newsletters inside of Mobeliz, and using the same kind of outbound email campaign function, I can send these out to one or many users. And this allows me to maintain communication, establish a relationship, create a community with my customers. And so we can do that inside of Mobeliz. General outreach and onboarding are templates that I use specifically. So those are not things that would be available to you. And so that is a quick overview of our content and template capability that's supported by an email engine. All of this comes bundled together for one subscription fee. There's no additional charges. If you're interested in learning more about this or having a personalized demo, please reach out to me on LinkedIn or contact me at sroncal@mobeliz.com. Thanks so much for your attention. I really appreciate it.